Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to Mahala Monday, everybody. Fantastic to have you here with us this evening. It is Monday. We're really at the back end of March. It is the 24th to be precise, and I trust everybody as well. So thank you for joining us, and definitely like and subscribe, and definitely share the show. This is what we want you to do. Yes. Now, before we go any further, and we talk to the lovely person here to my left, there has to be a public announcement. And the public announcement is as follows. The person to my left, which is this person over here, Rhoda, she celebrated her birthday last week. Yes, and that happened on Tuesday, and she kept it a secret. She didn't want anybody to know, and she kept it a secret because I didn't tell you about that. The birthday was going to be the next day after we had, so cease, shame on you and all of that. But anyway, Rhoda, from everybody out there, we wish this new life here just brings you immense peace and joy and happiness. And I promise I will be very nice to you.
You better be. That already wasn't nice to me.
Happy birthday, my friend.
Thank you, my friend.
Yes, yes.
A day younger, a day younger.
Yeah. Are you going to share your age? Anyway, Rhoda has turned. Okay.
Let's not go there to go.
I will leave that all to you.
You said you're going to be nice to me.
I am being. This is me. Oh.
Is this you being nice to me? Okay.
Oh, I wasn't serious about that part because.
Thank you, Dugald.
But gracefully, gracefully.
Yes.
Gracefully,
Very
my
gracefully.
friend. You are really the epitome of graceful.
Oh, thank you, my sweetie pie. Thank you, Dugald. Thank you.
How does it feel?
Graceful, you should say. It's graceful. Yeah. Let's just say once you, it's over the 50s, people. So you know what? You gracefully accept.
No, look at they over 22.
Thank you very much, Dugald. Thank you, thank you. You kind of accept your age and you kind of move on because the 50s is just another. You know, people's always got these markers like the 30 years, then you're this and then that. So yeah, the 50s, I'm already over the 50s for some few years now. So I'm not still giving my age away. I've accepted it gracefully, as you can see. Yeah. Gracefully.
But you know what, you mentioned a very important thing because people do this, they window.
Yes.
And the concept of we're like at 30 I want to do this, by 35 I want to have had that.
Exactly.
And that's all great, the goals that you have, by 50 I want this and 60 and whatever you have. Yeah. And I really did that like in the early 20s. Like in the 20s, like up to 30s, like I want to have this, I want to do that. It was all materialistic things. Now I couldn't.
You couldn't be bothered.
Yeah, you can't really be bothered, I think. But maybe you did that, or you wanted to achieve something or embark on a new career, then please let us know. Let's talk about it. What did you do? Because there's never ever been a better segue for our guest this evening.
So true, Dugald.
Because when we talk gracefully and changing and developing and embarking on something that a lot of people might experience as daunting, which is it comes to being in front of a camera, modeling specifically, which I think is very difficult.
Yeah, I should think so as well.
Yeah, you know, I'm already like when people say, ooh, you know, like it sounds scary, right? So this person also did it, but didn't do it at the age of 15 or 18 or 22, which you think most well-known runway models that appear in fashion weeks and commercials everywhere, and publications everywhere will do. No, this person did it not within the first 2 or 3 decades. You would think 40 was the charm. No, it wasn't. Another few years had to, another 10 years had to go through. And this person did it at the age of 53. And today, as a super recognizable, I dropped the pen, thank you, Rhoda. Super recognizable face and an inspiration to everybody else. And of course was featured on the cover of the Word magazine. So proud in association with the Word mag. Of course, we have a wonderful guest joining us this evening, and we're going to talk about this when it's never too late, and you can always do these amazing things. Joining us tonight, Deborah Chambers. There she is. She's here. Deborah Darling, how are you? Thank you for joining us on Mahala Monday. Welcome. How's it going?
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. It's lovely to be here.
It is absolutely fantastic having you here, and thank you so much for joining us this evening. And we were just talking about Rhoda having a birthday and gracefully, and I said, you know, there's no better segue because we're talking to you tonight.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because people obviously would recognize you, not just from seeing you in commercials, but obviously at runways across the place, also the cover of magazines. And there's a wonderful picture of you as you graced the Word magazine cover at that time. People will recognize you, but you, I mean, obviously a very well-known model today, but you didn't do this early. You only started when you were 50.
Yep. I started when I was 53, actually. And I never ever thought it'd be something I'd be doing, but there you go. It's never too late, and you're never too old.
There we
100%.
go. Did you hear that, Dugald?
100%, 100%. But we want to hear a little bit about your story and how it all started. So let's flip back to the beginning, because we know this of you, that you were born in New Zealand and sort of grew up here, grew up in Zimbabwe, went to England. You really went all over the world.
Yeah, nomadic parents. So yes, but I've been here for 40 odd years now. I love it here. I'm here.
And there's a picture of you and your sister, I believe.
Yes. Yes, my baby sister. Yes,
Your baby
that was taken in
sister.
Cape Town.
Ah,
On
yeah,
the beaches
nice.
of Cape Town.
Yeah. Now that's lovely, because because you're currently in Pretoria, you don't have that kind of scenery there.
Yes. No, that was in Cape Town. I was about 14 and she was about 2.
Oh, sweet,
wow.
man.
Oh wow. So you grew up all over the place. So that obviously exposed you to different cultures. Sort of, you were aware of different things because you've moved around from Zimbabwe. You went to South Africa. You also had a little stint where you went to Argentina, I know, and specifically you couldn't speak a word of Spanish, and you acquired some sort of skill within the language. So that definitely highlights something, that you are a brave individual.
Yeah, I think I only really found my bravery much later on. I think as women we are very busy bringing up children and running homes and looking after families. So we kind of lose ourselves a little bit, I think. So I really started to find myself, Deborah, when I was in my late 40s and then going into my 50s, when it really kind of took off, if you like.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I'm just listening to you now. Oh, there's another picture of you as a little girl there. Oh, the cute, man. And there, look at that. I love that color of that hair there. Oh, look at that.
I always like messing around with my hair. Oh, goodness.
I was just going to say, no,
blast
Deborah.
From the past.
A blast. This is not a blast of the past, and this is our Deborah Darling, obviously. So, you know what? I think a lot of women out there is hearing you right now, and I think they need to hear this, because I think a lot of women, when they have a kid, obviously, and just having to do life and love life itself, it's overwhelming. And the fact that you are actually motivating, I think a lot of women out there stating that, you're going to find yourself. You're going to start to learn to love yourself again, because there's going to be a time that you're going to be standing out. So that moment you said obviously happened in your 40s. How overwhelming was that? How did you embrace that?
So I think, I was also sort of fell victim to the noises, the anti-aging and the fear of getting older. And in the year that I was leading up to my 50th birthday, which is at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And I was feeling quite bleak about it, because, over 50 and kind of all over now. And I think that's quite a familiar feeling for a lot of people. And during that year, that little baby sister of mine passed away. She was 37.
Oh, wow.
Very suddenly. And a dear friend of mine who was just a couple of years older than me, she was in her early 50s. And, that gives you pause for thought.
Sure.
And really caused me to reframe the whole idea. I'm the oldest sibling and I'm still here.
Wow.
My baby sister didn't have time to get grey hair. So I really started, I kind of shifted my whole perspective about it. And started to realize what a great privilege it is to be able to grow older. And I think that was the shift for me. Those two things definitely kind of were a catalyst to the changes that I made after that.
Wow.
Because that is a thing. I mean, we're talking career change, everything. It is a huge shift that has to take place for a person to do it, and especially if you're going to do it at 50, that takes some guts.
Yeah, I had been working at the same company for many, many years, and I just knew I had to sort of break away, and that's when I went off to England to do care work. I just needed to do something else, and that was the time that I let my hair be grey, and that was when I started noticing a shift in people around me.
Okay.
What was that shift?
What was that shift? I'd love to know.
Yeah, so it was interesting. My hair wasn't quite as tall, and in the ice cream as it is now, but I started to just get a lot of attention from people everywhere in the street. When I was sitting at a coffee shop, people would ask me if they could take my photograph, all because of my hair, I think. So it was there weren't as many people then that were silver as now. So I think it was a little less usual, and it was really quite a strange thing. And some of my friends said to me, "Why don't you try modeling? You know, you're tall, there's a reason, but you know, why don't you give it a go?" And I thought, no, and it would never. I really didn't think it would be something that I would do or could do.
Wow.
And then one night, I always say that you should never leave grandmothers alone with a good, strong internet connection, unsupervised, and let them, because you just never know what they're going to do. So this particular grandmother sent her pictures off to an agency just on the spur of the moment. I gathered a few together, and they had an application form on the website, and I sent them off.
Oh, wow.
And that was the start of it.
Oh.
I went in and I started to get work.
Did you get work straight away?
I was 53, so yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
Pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah.
What an inspiration.
Do you remember your first job that you had?
My first job was a commercial. My very first job, commercial model. It was for men's deodorant.
Oh, wow. Men's deodorant.
Yeah, and I loved it. But the real shift came when I started my Instagram account.
Oh.
Okay.
Which was a little while after that. A friend said to me, Instagram was relatively new. Well, it was new to me. A friend said to me, "You need to start an Instagram account," because I started having some photographs and some things to share. And I said, "What's Instagram?" I didn't really know. And I thought it was just really a place to keep your pictures. I thought it was a place like a repository to keep the photographs that I was starting to get. So I sort of bumbled through and tried to work out what the hashtags were and how it worked.
Yeah.
And I quite quickly started getting followers. And I was still working at that time in an office. And one day I had 396 followers. And it's quite tricky to get, you know, once you've sort of exhausted your friends and family, you know, to go over 100 and 200, it's kind of starting to grow. And one of the guy that sat next to me phoned 4 of his friends and told them to follow me so I could get 400 followers. And we were all cheering in the office, and it was very exciting. But that was the start of how it started to spread, and the word started to spread quite quickly after that.
Yeah.
Of course, the message was about it not being too late.
Beautiful.
It didn't have a whole lot to do with modeling. It started to morph into the sort of unapologetic aging, if you like.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Sweet, man, sweet.
And that was what sort of brought the women in and that grew the family like that.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Because that is ultimately the crux at it. Because you're an inspiration, like Rhoda said a short moment ago, to a lot of people, and especially, you know, if you get if the years and the Christmases and all of these are stacking up, and you can tell stories about it. So a lot of the, do you find with your engagement with people and with followers that people don't generally, because it is, I mean, aging is something that is scary, as you highlighted earlier. It is something that it is, and yeah, you're putting yourself out there doing this, and it's remarkable. It's quite a beacon of hope and light.
Yeah, and I think that's, I didn't realize it at first. I was just really putting some photographs and bumbling around on Instagram. And then a magazine editor from Australia contacted me. Wow. She sent me an email and she said she wanted to interview me because she said you're challenging the stereotypes of aging.
Definitely.
But I hadn't realized it there. That's when it penny dropped, and I thought, oh, that's what's. I didn't realize that's what's happening, and that was what was happening there. The modeling was a lovely vehicle, but the message really was that it's never too late.
Definitely.
And you're never too old to change your life and to do something new and to embrace yourself and to embrace your wrinkles. I've always tried. I don't like them to take my wrinkles out of photographs and things because, I don't think that's right. I think we really need to show up as we are.
It is so beautiful.
So that was the start of it, and women, saying, because we do, we're not forgiven for aging. We are, the society doesn't forgive us, and then we in turn internalize that, and we don't forgive ourselves. I talk to women all the time, and within 10 minutes they say, oh, my wrinkles, or my this or my that, we berate ourselves because of for getting older. And I mean, it's just ludicrous.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When it's such a lucky thing.
It is.
It is. But yes.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask you exactly that you're talking about. We're basically talking about the noise of ageism, and obviously online as well. People's comments in that. Was that something you experienced online? Obviously, going that route now, going to Instagram and actually putting it out. Say, how was the acceptance of? Obviously, this is, like you said, you're the first of the kind, as far as I'm concerned, to put it out there. How was that? Was there people that was quite rude? Was there issues with the aging? Was there a lot of questions?
There are quite a lot of women in this space. Waving the flag, but not enough of us, I think.
Oh, we go.
No, I don't get a lot of hate. It does happen. It'll happen, and everyone will tell you that's got a bit of a following, that if you make some content that kind of goes viral and spreads outside of your own little family, that when they go viral, then they spread. And then they land in people's feed, and they don't know, they just see this old woman doing something, and they don't understand it because they don't understand my message. They don't understand.
There we go.
They don't know me. They don't know what I'm about. So then the knives come out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, that's not. I get far more positive, lovely, beautiful messages from women all around the world. It's amazing.
Oh wow.
Beautiful,
it's amazing.
Beautiful.
And when somebody writes to me, I get lots of emails and DMs and say, I've been feeling so bad about myself, or I got divorced, or whatever the thing is, and that I love to see you, and you've changed my life. I mean, it's incredible when someone says something like that, because of the sort of superficial thing that I'm doing, but it does have an impact on women, and it does just make them feel better about themselves, and feel that it's not, all is not lost.
So true.
Because you're over 50.
You're making me emotional right now.
I know. It's really sad because we are taught, that, and we internalize it even. I mean, we do it ourselves. We use the negative, words ourselves. I mean, how many times if people say, she still looks good,
yeah, exactly.
or you look good for your age, or you don't look, XYZ your age, and that's not really a compliment.
Yeah,
no.
You think of it like that.
Why should it? Yeah, why should it be a compliment? You look younger than you are. I don't really want to. it's an expectation. We should want to look younger than we are.
Exactly.
So we really do internalize it and beat ourselves up for it.
Oh.
So I just try and shine a light on that.
Beautiful.
And it's amazing because everything you say, it really speaks to authenticity. It speaks to originality. It speaks to owning whatever you have, your experiences, because that is what have shaped you. And we're going to talk more about it because I want to find out what the work experiences is like, because obviously now you're working with different people or different ages. But before we do that, just want to touch base on a comment or two that we have here, Deborah. So we just want to, Mark says, hello. She says, so excited for Deborah Darling and having Deborah on. So there we go. Thanks, Mark, for that. Brilliant. The word architect as well. It says, it's so lovely to see Deborah again, and a testament to my now 6 months in grey hair journey. I look forward to catching up soon. And this is from Lisa, chief editor there from
Yes,
the Word
I see she's
magazine.
embracing the sparkles.
There we go.
Yeah. And then Caroline the Kiss says awesome and inspired, which is brilliant. That is wonderful.
And then she says as well.
Thank you.
And she says authentic.
Authentic.
And that is important. Mark has got another question here. He says, I need the hair care routine. Where I check it out, I'll be sure to tag Miss Darling when he tries it. Okay, so you're going to be tagged there.
You're going to be tagged
in one of those. So I mean, you've done work with on runways as well, and I mean obviously you were involved as well with Fashion Week. What was that about?
How was that?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that! Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I just was lucky enough to be invited to walk for different designers, and that is such an honor because we need to be represented. You know, older women need to be represented, and we aren't represented enough. You know, older women don't want to buy something that's been seen on an 18-year-old model. Really, they want to see an older woman wearing the thing. So I think that a lot of the brands are missing a trick. But they are starting to move that way, and sort of getting more and more, you know, starting to get older women involved in these kinds of things and in the modeling as well.
Look at that. How's that feeling? Is it butterflies? Are you nervous? What's the experience? I mean, gee whiz, I would be so nervous.
Because on that, look at that. Because on this, because you know all eyes are on you. Like everybody is checking out. There you go. Like they're all looking at you right now. How does it feel?
And yeah, it's scary, and you've got a long way to walk. You know, you've got to walk all the way down and all the way back.
You've got to come back.
But it's such an honor. It's such an honor, but it's nerve-wracking.
Oh,
you know,
word.
I'm always a bit nervous.
Yeah. And obviously, you get to work with different designers. How do you rate the South African designers that you've worked with?
Yeah, no, we've got lovely designers here. We've got fabulous designers here. Yeah, I mean, the work is amazing. If you go to Fashion Week, your mind will be blown.
Oh, wow.
Just incredibly creative and innovative. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And I do believe you were in the April and September Fashion Week. Am I correct?
Yes, I am, but I'm not in this Fashion Week coming up.
Up now. Oh, no, we need to do something about that. We need to do something about that.
Let's do invite. Yeah, we do. I need to write a strongly worded email to someone.
Definitely. And send him this video and tell them, no, we need Deborah there. That makes a difference for the show. There's no way you can have a fashion show without Deborah. Excuse me.
Exactly.
Exactly. Deborah, let me ask you this. I mean, when you work with different brands, do you actually check different brands out before you commit working with them?
Yeah, I do, and there's a lot of products that I don't, not necessarily with the fashion, but with beauty brands. I don't like to talk about anti-aging too much. I know that it's a kind of a bit of a fine line, because I think that wearing makeup is anti-aging in a way, you know, presenting oneself as a bit more youthful. But if the central message, you know, if they say we've got this neck cream and we want to, you know, to do before and after, I'm not interested in taking the wrinkles out of my neck. They're fine. My neck is fine. I say to women, that these are the stories on our, because I get into a lot of conversations with women in the post office and at the chemist and what have you. And always, because normally the hair starts a conversation and then we start talking. And it's normally, I couldn't possibly, it's not going to suit me and all this kind of thing. But when I tell them that it invariably goes to wrinkles and how old they feel, and I say to them, but these are your stories. This is your life. This is the tears that you've cried and the laughter and the happy times and all of it. It's all on your face. Taking them away just seems, I don't know, it seems a bit rude, really.
Exactly. And I think especially with you and with the two, I think we smile a lot. So I call it smiling lines. I mean, come on, it makes you happy at the end of the day. That's smiling lines. So you know what, you see what you want to see, but I know what I'm seeing. I keep on smiling.
Yeah, and there's soft skin is as beautiful as taut skin. It's just different.
Thank you very much.
Soft skin is also beautiful.
Exactly.
We're just sort of conditioned to think that if your face isn't as smooth as a baby's bottom, then it's no good.
It's no good.
I don't believe that. I mean, older people actually get more and more beautiful if you think of your grandmother and and the softness that comes out of them.
And it is, and it's true. When I say true, I'm talking about authentic. It is a real reflection of what it is, and that is always the big form of the art. I would say that it is true. It is honest. And once we have that, then there's a greater appreciation for it. I think that is the thing, and it is. I mean, you're absolutely right. Everything is geared to, I don't want to say anti-aging or use it in this sort of way, but I don't think people embrace, at least in my lived experience, we do everything to do the opposite, don't we?
So true, so true.
Yes.
Quick one, before I know we're going to go to
absolutely, because we've been taught.
Say again?
Yeah, we've been taught that the messages are everywhere.
Yeah, true.
They are loud and clear that getting old is a bad thing.
Hey, I'm telling you.
When it actually is the luckiest thing that could possibly happen to you.
So it's a quick one. I know Dugald wants to ask you another thing. I do.
No, go for it.
I wanted to ask you this because for me, family is important. I mean, it's vital to me. I love my family. How did and I do believe you have a daughter, if I'm not mistaken. How did your family embrace this? I mean, support-wise, how was their support?
Oh no, they've been wonderful. They've been absolutely wonderful. They've been behind me all the way, and no, they think it's great. I've got a grandson as well, a big grandson. He's 21.
Oh wow!
And he and I are just and we did a modelling job together when he was quite a bit smaller, but we've got lovely photos of us doing a jeans, and he was about 12 or 13. So we've had a modelling gig together. No, they've been lovely, and everyone's been absolutely fantastic.
That's what's important. Family is so important, very important. I do believe we do have a comment.
Absolutely.
Caroline Key says, Deborah, and I perimenopausal 43-year-old woman in me is just thinking, do you deal with that imposter syndrome if you experience it, the anxiety, brain fog, hair thinning, so many things happen to you?
Oh, shame, man.
Imposter syndrome is, I think we all suffer from imposter syndrome to a greater or lesser degree. I have a healthy dose.
She actually asked, her question was, do you deal with any of these yourself in your experience? That's what her question was going to be.
She said imposter syndrome.
Yeah, can you just put that?
No, it wasn't imposter syndrome. Yeah. It was perimenopausal.
Perimenopausal.
Okay. Perimenopausal. Well, I'm quite a way past that stuff. So, and I actually had quite an easy time of it. So, I think I was one of the lucky ones. I kind of went through menopause, and it was a little bit wasn't. No, I was fine. I know that it is a thing.
Yeah.
But I'm fine, and I'm 63 now, so it's long in the rearview mirror.
And I was just going to say, Deborah, and I mean, you know what, for me, looking at it, if you look at a lot of women, and I sometimes compare this to births, not all our births are the same. You might give different births, your experience might be different to my birth experience. So you can't always compare your premenopause or even your menopause stage because we all go through it differently. So I think also a big problem I think a lot of women have as well is like they already start putting all these things in their mind necessarily and they start looking for it. And instead of just enjoying the age and actually just going with it and have fun. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I think that it's very, very good that we're talking about menopause though, because it's been sort of, a hush thing for so many years.
Yeah.
And there obviously are lots of symptoms, and there are downsides to it, and they need to be managed.
Yeah.
We manage all the other medical things, but we seem to not to want to manage menopause. But I'm very glad that we're talking about it more. Because it's very difficult for some women. I just think I'm one of the lucky few that didn't have a big, lot of symptoms with it. Yeah,
exactly.
So Deborah, looking at your career, there are still things that you want to achieve as far as the modeling is concerned, as far as reaching out, because I mean you've done quite a bit.
Yeah, I have. But I haven't been overseas really.
We need to speak to your agent.
I haven't been on a big. I don't know. I don't know. Things like magazine covers are lovely. It's just, the more you can get out. Yes, there's one. The more you can get out there. A big billboard. I'd like my face on a big billboard, please, somewhere.
Let's put it out there.
You could arrange that.
Let's put it into the universe.
Thank you.
It needs to happen.
No, jokes aside, I think it's really just to continue. And I hope I've still got, a lot of time in me to do it and to continue to inspire women to live their life to the fullest and to not feel that it's all downhill, once you are 50 or 60 and 70. So my hope is really just to keep going and to continue to spread the word.
Definitely. So just for everybody, issue number 7, which is April 2021, The Word magazine. There you go. Go and read up. It's a free magazine, everybody. You can go onto the website, go have a look at it and page through it. All the information is in. Read up a bit about Deborah there, guys, and find out a bit about more. You can go onto the website and have a look. There's a few issues there, but I know Deborah was issue number 7. Well done. So there, the details is at the bottom of our screen. It's a free magazine. Go and have a look. So before we end off, Dugald, because I know we're getting close to our end off, I told you there was a little surprise at the end, a little video clip that I'm wanting to play, Deborah, that you had not aware of, and neither is Dugald aware of it. So I'm just asking.
Goodness, I'm very nervous.
Don't be nervous.
So am I, and it's not even about me.
I just wanted to make sure with our producer, everything is good. He's showing me a thumbs up. We're just going to play this video quickly, and then we'll come back to you, Deborah.
Dear Deborah, as I write to you today, my 57-year-old self seems at last to be working out who she is and what she can offer to the world. Middle-aged me is learning to deal with the insecurities, the doubts and the fears that have been holding me back for as long as I can remember. I so hope that you have been able to keep up this belief in yourself, and that you still do something every day to scare yourself, that you have satisfied some of the wanderlust, and that you still wear whatever the heck you like. Oh, by the way, have you still got our ice cream cone hairstyle? My wish for you is that you are well and that your body is strong. Are you still going to gym and lifting those weights? I hope so. I hope that you have as much love in your life as I do now. Keep being you and dance tonight away with your lover. My name is Deborah, and I was born to be different.
There we go.
Such a
Born to be different.
Such a powerful ending.
Oh my goodness, that was quite something. It brought a tear to my eye. It was to the brief was to write a letter to your I don't know if your 70 or your future self.
That's right. That's
So
right. We found this little video clip.
I've almost forgotten. Yes.
We found this little video clip.
That was a lovely.
And that was recorded.
That was beautiful. Oh, that was lovely.
It was recorded in September 2019, basically. So.
Oh my goodness.
Exactly. This is exactly
it's
6 years
pre-COVID.
later. Exactly 6 years later. Are you still doing something to scare yourself, Deborah?
Yes, I am, and I've still got the ice cream hairstyle, so it's interesting, isn't it? Wow. Oh, well, thank you for that. I enjoyed that. I'd sort of forgotten about that.
I'm glad.
A lovely movie shot at Victoria Yards in Johannesburg. Beautiful space.
Oh, lovely. I'm glad.
Thank you.
I'm glad they brought a tear to your eye. So that exactly, I think, sums up exactly, you know what, where you find yourself today. And this is 6 years later. What an amazing person you are. Really, Deborah. Well done. Well done. Well done.
Thank you. I'm very kind. Thank you so much.
No, absolutely pleasure, Deborah. And I like that, because obviously whatever you wrote there to your future self, you're still pretty much well on course to do that. You still pretty much well there. And obviously, and if I may say, I think it's just bigger and better.
Oh, yeah.
To be honest, I think you've probably exceeded even your own expectations here in terms of it. Because when it comes to the true sense of self and the way you've described it tonight for us, that is important. That is the conversation we got to be having a lot more. And I like that little line at the end there, born to be different.
Born
absolutely,
to be
that's
different.
such a powerful statement, because that is it. That is it. And we should embrace it. We should embrace it.
I do believe there's a comment.
There is.
Yeah, we've got to stop listening to the aging story nonsense. We need to ignore that.
Oh, sorry,
Okay.
Caroline Kiss has got a question. She says her question was twofold, about both menopause, but more about imposter syndrome. Now, Caroline, I also got to apologize. I'm sitting a little bit far from the screen here. We got the one with the glasses and one without the glasses. So I'm doing my best here to, I don't want to say this, we're not saying it tonight, but the age is catching up. I can't cook a lure so lekker. So apologize if I didn't do it justice. But she said there, Deborah, that her question was twofold. It was relating to menopause, but also imposter syndrome. And I know you started off answering it in imposter syndrome. So could you please just repeat the answer there, if you don't mind?
Yeah, and it's interesting because I think more women than men have imposter syndrome, which tells you something as well. Yes, I definitely have my share of it. You asked me earlier how I felt when I looked at the photographs of myself on the runway, and it's hard to imagine for me. Yeah, and I do wonder when you're going to find out soon that I'm not actually a model. I mean, I don't know.
Imposter syndrome.
But we have to really try and quell that, and because it's just the voices in our head. We need to ignore them as much as we can.
So true, so true.
There was, and you know what? There's another comment. Let me just let's get this one in as well. There's another. Mark says, "Dear Deborah, what a lovely outro. We're sometimes so immersed in the present, but we forget how far we've come and all we've achieved."
Oh,
Not
so
bad
true.
for reading from a distance. Well done, Ice.
Yeah, it was
Mark.
lovely. It was a lovely reminder, actually.
Oh. Just taking you back. What?
There's that. I can't remember what movie it was, but oh man, I think it was Notting Hill. I could be very wrong. And there's the bit where Julia Roberts is one of the characters, when she said, I think it's Notting Hill, when she said one day somebody will realize that she can't act or whatever, or she's aged or whatever, and they're always looking for somebody younger and all of that. But it isn't the case, and especially in industries where it is so stereotypical that is what you do. Or what we look for as society. It is so refreshing and it is inspiring beyond belief to see you carry the torch for being true, for being authentic, and doing it in a way that is just fantastic. And it's got no frills, there's no drama around it, it's just there, it's honest. And that is
Thank you.
the best thing to witness and just to be part of it. So long may it continue.
Definitely. Everything.
Thank you.
Of
That's
the
very
best.
kind of you. Thank you so much.
So that is where we're going to. Do you have any questions for Rhoda? Because she
No,
wants to do
Deborah.
modeling as well.
No.
No, I just noticed when you said she kept her birthday secret, she did actually not keep it secret because you knew. Wanted to say that.
No, she did. She didn't want me to say it last week.
She tried.
I didn't want to
She
give his.
tried.
I didn't want to give
Happy
his.
birthday.
Thank you, my sweetheart. I didn't want to give his game away, so the age is catching up with him. He forgot.
In a good way.
In a good way.
In a good
Deborah.
way, yes, in a good way.
Thank you so much. I thoroughly enjoyed this interview. I was so
Thank
looking
you.
forward to this, and you really, not my day, you made my year, because you know what? I
Thank
feel
you.
so inspired just listening to you and looking at you. I feel so inspired. Thank you very much.
Oh, thanks, Deborah. Thanks for coming on the
Thank you
show.
so much.
Absolute pleasure.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
Biggest
It's
pleasure.
the biggest pleasure.
Thanks for being such an inspiration, and we all enjoy your work, and long may it continue. We wish you just everything of the best, and thanks for coming on. Thank you, Deborah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
That was
wow.
Deborah Chambers, everybody. Deborah Darling joining us this evening.
Definitely.
Graced runways everywhere, ads everywhere, covers of magazines everywhere you look at it, and
It's not too late.
it is about, and especially being a model. This is like boom. It's like you're bearing everything. You're putting it out there.
You're putting it out there.
And when the whole industry is centered around youthful look, and there's place for it, but there's something interesting and something like, oh, I like that. You know what I mean? And especially
Definitely.
nowadays, when we were talking about this off air, when we have conversations about all shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
I don't know, what did you say it was, like plus size
The
or
plus
bigger lot,
size,
or I don't know even what
exactly.
the word, but
Yeah.
but and that's true, because you want to see people representing you.
Exactly. So true.
Yeah.
And I do believe the details for Deborah's there on our screen as well. So you want to go and have a look at the website. You can even email her, getting some information if you want to. All the details is there at the bottom,
Yeah.
everyone.
There it is. You can check out our website at deborahdarling.com, which is very, very easy. But once again, thank you so
Yes.
much to Deborah for joining
Thank
us
you,
this
Deborah.
evening. We
Oh.
trust you enjoyed that episode. It was a fascinating conversation.
It was definitely.
It was. Anything from your side, Rhoda?
That's it, Dougal. I'm quite happy. I feel fulfilled and happy.
Yeah, because you had a birthday cake. That's it from us. Thank you very much for joining us. Don't forget, please like and share this episode and subscribe if you haven't done so. And we will see you soon, in a week's time, on the next edition of Mahala Monday. From all of us, until next time, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.